Are we ready to play? Are you ready to guide me to my doom? You ready to guide me to my doom? All right. Let me, to you, read the rules. We'll play a few times, and I'll talk a little bit about how I'm going to choose the commands. But here's how this game works. I am a warrior, seeking peace and an end to bloodshed. I'm on a pilgrimage to the temple to no gods in the distant city of gulls. My pilgrimage has brought me to the long moor, inhabited by the sworn enemies of my people. My goal is to pass safely through and continue my pilgrimage. You, my friends in the math squad, play the world. Your goal is to see me to my doom instead of safely on my way. Now, you're only allowed to answer my questions directly. So you might not be able to do it. You might not be able to. Here are the rules of play. Number 1, only answer my questions. You can say other stuff in the chat if you want to, but honestly, just keep that in mind. You can to affect the game, you can only answer my questions. 2, if you don't already know the answer, just make something up. 3, keep your answers short. 4, if your answers are disruptive, I'm allowed to ignore them. Otherwise,
champion returns. Welcome home.
Thank you, Nano. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Otherwise, 5, I'll just go with the first answer I see. Now, don't expect there to be any like real specific tight like format to which answer I pick. I'm just going to look and I'm going to see an answer and I'm going to pick it. I'll try to pick something near the front, but don't worry too much. We're all in this together. Which is say you're all in this together against me. Hey, Nightlight, welcome back. All right. I'm going to go ahead and just let you know that if I'm making a statement, I'll end my statement with a period and I'll continue. But if I'm ready for you to tell me what I need, I will use the phrase, anyone should answer. Now, occasionally, if I'm interested in picking out someone's specific information, if I think someone's like on a cool tangent, I might call you up by name. I might say, Dave Human should answer. I might say, Marsh McMello should answer. All right? All right, friends. Let's do this thing. All right, so I've been traveling the Long Moor for, I think, months now. It's flat, it's wide and open. The sky is gray, the land is gray. There's pools of dark, cold water everywhere. I think that scattered on the foggy horizon, too far for me to walk to, at least not in the direction I'm headed, there are ruins, chunks of buildings, pieces of the ancient world lying scattered through this soggy place. But I'm not going there. I'm trying to pass through this realm. I'm trying to get through this area so that I can get to the city of gulls, which still lies in the distance. I carry with me a long knife hidden under my shirt. I call my knife Malachariel. A long knife hidden under my shirt. And across my back, I have a rifle for which I carry several rounds. Now, not many, but some. I'm a good marksman. I've carried this rifle for some time. I traded for the bullets in the last place that I stopped. Now, as I'm crossing the Long Moor, I'm making my way alone through this swampy terrain. Something warns me of approaching danger. What warns me? Anyone should answer. And now we begin. The gods have spoken. A stench in the air warns me of danger. I can smell an acrid scent in my nostrils as the wind changes. How far away am I from the thing that endangers me? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. I stand only a few feet from what endangers me. Well, given that I'm so close, and I'm a sharp-eyed fellow, despite the gray cloud and the lack of light, I immediately crouch down, casting my eyes around me. Do I spot what it is the gas signals? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. What do I see? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. Lying nearby, under a tuft of grass, maybe half sunken in a bog, I can see it. A plagued corpse. I immediately search through my bag, tossing it from my shoulder, and looking through, I remember that I picked up a mask or some... Do I have what I need to stay safe in my bag? Anyone should answer. Of course I don't. The gods, cruel gods. The gods have spoken. I must have traded that mask in the last town. Of course, for the bullets. Is it too late? Have I been infected already? Or if I leave this place quickly, can I make it to safety? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. It's not too late. I turn and run from the corpse as quickly as I can. But as I do, as I make my way across the moor, looking for somewhere safe, some high ground where maybe I can get away from the corpse, because where there's one, there's many, it crosses my mind that this isn't a trader's road, and that I know that the people that dwell here, they bury their dead so as to prevent these things. Did someone leave that corpse behind as a trap? Anyone should answer. Of course they did, cruel gods. The gods have spoken. So the corpse was set as a trap. I realized this, dropped to one knee, trying to hide among the grass. If I scan the horizon, is there enough light for me to see those who left the trap for me? Anyone should answer. So they come upon me. Are they still at some distance? Can I at least take a shot at them before they come within distance to catch me? Anyone should answer. Right, well, best to try that then. I bring my rifle to my shoulder, level it in the direction of the shapes moving my way. I'm not fighting them yet, so I guess this is on you, oh gods. One eye squinting against the stale light. I draw a bead, squeeze the trigger. The rifle cracks. It echoes across the moor. Do I at least kill one? Anyone should answer. Good. Good, but only one. The gods have spoken. One of my targets falls into the mud as they race towards me. And now I have to flee. Is there a place somewhere around where I might lose them? Somewhere that I could run to? Anyone should answer. No, of course. It's too flat out here. Well, if I can't run, is there a place nearby that I might ambush them? Somewhere I could at least get the drop on them if I can't get away. I have my long knife. Anyone should answer. Ah, there is. The gods have spoken. It looks like some scrubland nearby. Yeah. All right. Well, then I'll run and hide. I try to keep my head low, move among the moors. I think I probably end up submerging myself, at least partly, in the stagnant water. Crawling forward through the murk, I make my way to an area of scrub growth. Some sort of sticky black bushes come up out of the ground. The things that feed off the water here are as dark as the sky. I crouch down and quietly draw Malachariel from his scabbard and wait. I sit still and listen. How close do they get? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. They don't approach. I wait, and I wait, and it gets darker. Can I hear them? Or do I have to poke my head up to see? Anyone can answer. Of course. The gods have spoken. There's no sound but the howling wind of the moor. I slowly push aside the nettle, the bush that I'm hiding behind, peer out into the now darkening gray. I look around carefully. Do I see them? Anyone should answer. They're nowhere in sight. The gods have spoken. Well, I can't spend all day hiding in this bush, so I slide my knife back into its scabbard, stand up, brush off my outfit, tighten the zipper, sigh. I guess they must have been frightened off. I wonder if they left the corpse behind. I tighten the strap on my rifle, try to get my bearings, and head back in the direction of the corpse that I downed earlier. The enemies of my people, they're not very smart. That's why they live in a place like this. I make my way across the moor, keeping my head down, but not as frightened as before. I can feel my heart pounding slower as my countenance calms. I approach the body. Or at least where I thought the body was. Is it still there? Anyone should answer. Good. Yes, it is. The gods have spoken. When I take a look at the body, here's where it's going to get a little weird. I step up to the body and I take a look. What do I see? Anyone can answer. Ah. The gods have spoken. Poor fool's not dead yet. I take my rifle off my shoulder, set it on a rock nearby. I kneel down. Look at this poor fool. Dressed in the waxed canvas ponchos they wear out here to keep that black rain off. Primitives. Savages, really. I always wondered why they lived out here. Is this dying man armed? Anyone should answer. No. Even more foolish than I thought. I pat his sides down, but the gods have spoken. He's unarmed. Probably his friends took his weapons. I lean in close. Does it look like he'd make it if I left him here? Anyone should answer. No. Fitting then. He'll die in this place. I take off his mask. The glass and plastic kind they use to help them see. Pull it from his face. Toss it aside. It's of no use to me. I look into his eyes. His face covered in the blood that he's coughed up from the shot. Must have punctured a lung. I snap my fingers in his face a few times to get his attention. Does it look like if I spoke to him, he would understand me? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. Lucid enough, then, and I speak a word or two of their tongue. I roll the words around in my mouth a moment, thinking about what one says to a man who would have killed him, but, well, the tables have turned, haven't they? I draw the knife and watch the look on his face. Does he seem afraid? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. This man is ready to die. So I give him what he wants. And with some small relish, too, as I slide the blade between his ribs. I stand there a moment, in the quickening dark, watch him bleed out into the moor. I wipe my blade on his shirt. Give him a quick once-over. His friends must have stripped anything useful from him. So there's nothing I need. These people know no religion. No reason to say anything. I shrug, pull my cloak tight around my shoulders, pick up my rifle, and carry on. I'm an experienced traveler, but this delay, all this hiding, it set me back somewhat. I'd planned to reach a rocky outcropping where maybe I could get free of the rain. I can see it, shadowy, in the distance. If I hurry, will I make it there before night falls? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. I should be able to make it. At a hard jog, with the moons rising behind me, I head for the rocky outcropping. Now, dry land is hard to come by in the moors, so as I approach, I know I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. I have my rifle unslung. If I'm going to run into trouble, here's where it's going to be. I stop, and I listen. Do I hear anything else? Taking refuge from the water up here on the rocks? Or am I alone? Anyone should answer.
Have returned.
The gods have spoken. There's a fire lit beneath the rocks. Well, that's not very smart. I wonder if I can sneak up on them. If I'm careful, if I'm quiet, and if I use the rain as cover, can I sneak up on whoever's at this camp? Whoever's waiting at this fire? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. Good. Good. I begin my approach, slowly moving towards the fire. When I get eyes on them, what do I see? Anyone should answer.
Our illustrious champion returns.
Thanks, Greeneza.
Welcome home.
The gods have spoken. I see a blind old man sitting by the fire. He carries no bags. Dressed in rags? I sigh. He hears me and looks up. What does he say? Anyone should answer. I don't trust you, chat. Fucking blind old man. You fucking sorcerer or some shit. The gods have spoken. The old man greets me by the fire, and I'm a bit taken aback. How is it that a man like this is alive out here? This must be a trap. I shake my head. Look the man over again, and I say, "How is it that you've come to be out here, old man? This is no place for the elderly or the blind. Don't you know that dangerous tribes wander these moors?" What does he say? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. The gods have some fucking opinions about this shit. The old man says he's come here for me. It sounds like a con, but I'm tired. I've killed a man today, and that always takes it out of you. Besides, he's blind. I set my rifle somewhere far out of his reach, draw Malachariel, and sit down across the fire from the old man. I set the knife on my knees and look across the fire at him. Wrinkled face catching the firelight, throwing shadows behind him on the stone. I hold my hands out and say to him, "Very well, old man. You've been waiting for me. Here I am. Now why?" What does he say? Rising Cosmos should answer. Rising Cosmos has spoken. The old man asked me if I seek the city of gulls. I scoff, shake my head. Of course, old man. Where else would I be going? You think that I would wander these moors because I like it here? This is a disgusting place, peopled by savages. What do you know about the city of gulls? What do you know about the Temple of No Gods? Night Eyes should answer. Night Eyes has spoken. They care for the injured, but require your aid. They've heard of you. I scoff. I scoff at this old man.
Welcome home.
So you've come for my charity? I shake my head. Oh, I'm sorry, old man. Whatever the City of Gulls needs from me, whatever the Temple to No Gods needs from me, they won't get it, except perhaps in trade. I have important business there. Besides, I care not for the injured. I'm a killer. Don't you know this? Can't you see it? I laugh, looking into his blind eyes. No, of course not. Does the old man have any food? Any water? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. I stand, walk over to the old man, take his jug of water, take his food, snatch it from his hands if I have to. I look down at him and I say, "You're going to die here, old man. What do you think of that?" What does he say? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. So will you, says the old man. Well, one of us before the other, anyway. I'm not going to share a camp with this man, but he's too old and pointless for me to spill his blood. I climb up the rock, head over the other side, and even though it's dark, even though it's raining, I've had enough of weakness for one night. I'm stronger than this. I should press on. The city's not so far. I find the road, and even though it's raining, I pull my cloak tight over my head and I set out. This place sickens me with its corpses. Do I make it through the night before becoming too tired? Anyone should answer. Of course. These peasants slowing me down. This old man, doesn't he know? Don't they all know I have an important mission to undertake?
You have returned.
I suppose I stop some hours before dawn, or what passes for dawn in this God's forsaken place. Is there somewhere nearby that I can rest, some dry place I can sit just for a moment? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. Oh, a ruin nearby. Good. Well, I've been trying to avoid them, but out in this place, these ruins, they're everywhere. So, fine, against my better judgment, I make my way towards the ruins. But I'm no fool. I'm a hunter and have been hunted before. I take my time. I stop, and in the light through the clouds of the moon, I look over the ruins. They seem safe. Anyone should answer. Ah, the gods have spoken. They don't seem safe. Why? What danger awaits me here? What do I see? Freckled Wonder 90 should answer. That's right. Now you got to make stuff up. Yeah. It's cool. I believe in you. You can do it. Ah, more corpses. The gods have spoken. This place has been warded by the enemy of my people, with this plague tribe. Bodies of travelers strung up around the walls, hanging. Surprised I didn't smell them before I saw them. Well, that means no rest for me tonight. I've wasted enough time. I can feel my head swimming a little with the exertion of the day. I've been walking such a long time. My boots are full of water. I take a drink from the old man's water skin, maybe the last of it, throw it aside into the muck. I kick my boots against a stone nearby, trying to shake some of the weight off. Shoulder my rifle and, exhausted, continue towards the city of gulls. When morning comes, danger comes with it. Do I have any warning, or does it come upon me unseen? Anyone should answer. No warning. I'm too tired. The gods have spoken. What is the danger? What is the danger I was too slow to notice? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. Oh. Scratching at my shoulder. Just a casual itch. My muscles ache. And then I feel something. I pull off my coat. Pull back my sleeve. The boils of plague have started to come up on my arm. Blood on my fingertips. I shout in anger. Slam my rifle against a stone nearby. Unthinking, angry, full of rage. Did I damage my rifle? Anyone should answer. They always said my temper would get the best of me. I toss the broken thing aside. Keep the bullets. I might be able to trade for them. And draw my long knife. That's all I have left. Well, that and the old man's food. That old man might have poisoned me. Or it could have been the bodies. I sigh angrily. Stagger out into the day. At least it's clear. And the city of gulls isn't too far off. Do I encounter another obstacle before I reach the city? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. Something stands in my way.
You have returned.
It's Starbuck. Hi, Starbuck. Something stands in my way. One last obstacle between me and my destination. Am I far from the city, or do I run into this obstacle at the gates? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. At the city gates, something waits for me. One final obstacle. What is it? Anyone should answer. Of course. Fuck. So the gods have spoken. As I reach the white gates of the city of gulls, I can hear the ships in the distance, the cries of the market. It's been so long since I've been in the city. But staggering out of the moor as I look, a fright, my sleeve torn off, skin raw, boils on my arm, crawling slowly up my neck, my breath coming in rasping, ragged gasps. I tuck away my knife so as not to frighten the guards, and I approach. I tell them, friends, I am a pilgrim, come from across the moor To pay homage at the Temple of No Gods. Why do they block my way? Anyone should answer. Of course, they see my plague. When the guards spot my wounds, I waste no time equivocating. I must reach the Temple of No Gods. Plague be damned. And like a flash of lightning, like the claws of a hunting cat, Malakariel finds his way into my hands. And I attack the nearest guard, moving quickly, shoving the knife towards his throat. And now I have to roll, because I am going to fight the shit out of these enemies. I'm going to kill their asses. I'm going to run into the city. I don't even care. I don't even care. So here we go. This is how this works. We roll 2d6 and see what happens. Please no gods. Please no gods. Please no gods. 8. All right. On an 8, I might be able to fight free. And then I have to tell you what I do. I know what I do. So I'm injured, right? There's blood from the plague. As I'm slashing it with my knife, as I kill the first guard and drop him to the ground, the second guard rushes towards me, and I grab at my arm, bursting some of the boils, spilling plague blood into my hand, and thrust it at him, trying to keep them back. I'm hoping that their own fear of becoming sick is more powerful than their fear to keep me at the gates. So, do they recoil? Do they withdraw and give me an opportunity? Do they open an opportunity for me to push through? Anyone should answer. They fear it more. The gods have spoken. They fear it more than they fear me. So they fall back. I have a moment. I run for it. I run past them through the gates. I guess I need to ask you, can I make the long, hard run to the Temple of No Gods where anyone has sanctuary? Or am I shot down in the street, I guess? I have a follow-up question. Anyone should answer. Fuck. If I'm gonna go, I'm taking this fucking city with me. Alright, the gods have spoken. The plague has reached my body. The plague has taken the strength of my legs. I stumble and I'm shot through the back. Crossbow quarrels hit me in the back and I fall to the streets. Not reaching the Temple to No Gods. Now, the City of Gulls, I guess this is up to you. Do we want this to be a bitter victory? Does a pandemic overtake the City of Gulls? Does my sickness spread to the people of this city? Anyone should answer. The gods have spoken. And of course, the gods to the City of Gulls, merciful. Merciful, only I die. Cursed old man. Stupid corpse fields. Very well, gods. You've had your way this time. You've had your way. I didn't make it. So the way that this game works is that my job, while your job is to see me to my doom, my job is to ask for details of the things that interest me, say what I'm doing right now, ask you for what happens next, say who should answer, get my character into danger, and then play to find out whether I can get out again. So good game. Well done, everybody.